shawty, I no get alone me. Baddest boy, it me gone biggest boy. Now take it up and in my toy. Fine boy, I'm all gone. Yeah, you know the system, I no get joy. Now I no get joy.
Hey guys, sorry about the background and the mess. I'm currently on holiday in London. I'm having so much fun. I might do a vlog, no promises, but we never know what will happen. Today I'm gonna be showing you guys, I'll be giving you guys a tutorial on how I make this dress. I got so many compliments when I wore it out. I went to the museum and I got so many compliments from this. So I am doing a tutorial and I'll show you guys how I make the dress. So stay tuned, like, share, comment, and don't forget to press the subscribe button. Stay tuned. Today's tutorial will be using some acrylic yarn in this nude color and some orange as well. We'll be using two different crochet hooks. So here's a 4mm hook and a 2.5mm hook as well. You'll also need some scissors. So for today's tutorial, we'll be doing granny squares, but not the normal granny squares, full granny squares, because I don't want it too lacy as it's going to be a dress. We'll be making 3 different sizes of the granny squares. As you can see, this one is smaller and this one is bigger than this one, and this is the biggest. So to achieve this square, we'll be using a 4mm hook. To achieve this square, we'll be using a 2.5mm hook. To achieve this square, we'll be using a 2.5mm hook, but with reduced stitches, and I'll show you how to achieve every single one of them. We're going to start with this square. So for the first one, I'll be using this orange yarn and we'll be using a 2.5mm hook. That's for the smallest square. You want to start by rolling it around your finger twice, just like this. Take it out and just hold this pin. As I always hold my yarn around, over, and I'll pin down, just like this. Into that loop there, I'll insert my hook and chain 2. Right? Once you've chained 2 now, you want to go ahead and double crochet 4 into that loop. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. You want to go ahead and chain 2, so 1, 2, do another double crochet, so just 1 double crochet, chain 2 again, do 4 double crochets, so 1, 2, 3, and 4. Just like that. Do chain 2, do 1 double crochet, chain 2, and now what you're going to do is, you see this loop at the end here, you want to pull that all the way to close up that loop here still. So now I'm going to, so if you can see, these are the loops where we started. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to be inserting my hook into that first one here, this one here. So I'm skipping these 2 chains that I did at the start, and I'm going to insert my hook in here. And I'll do a slip knot to close that up. Now you want to go ahead and chain 2. You're not going to be double crocheting into that loop there. You want to move on to the next ones. So 1, 2, and 3. Into this loop, you're going to do 2 double crochets, 1 and 2, chain 2, and then do 2 more double crochets, and 2. Into that 1 double crochet you previously did, that loop there, you're just going to do a double crochet. Into this loop, 2 double crochets, chain 2, and then 2 more double crochets. Go ahead and double crochet on these chains. So that's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Just like that. Into this loop, you're going to crochet 2, double crochet 2, chain 2, and then double crochet 2 again. So 1, 2, just like that. Into this loop you want to do 1 double crochet, in the other side 2 double crochets, chain 2, do 2 more double crochets, and then a slip knot, just like that. So that's the first part done. Now on the next row, to start you're going to chain 2, and you're going to double crochet into that chain there where you did your slip knot. So into this first one here I'll be doing my double crochet. So 1, 2, into this loop here I'm going to be chaining, doing 2 double crochets, chain 2, and then 2 more double crochets. I'll continue then on my double crochets till the next loop. In here I'm going to do 2 double crochets, chain 2, and then 2 more double crochets. And I'll repeat this again once I get to this end. So when I get into this loop I'll be doing 2 double crochets, chain 2, and then another 2 double crochets, and that will be the same once I get here as well. I'll get back to you once I'm at the end. Here I am at the end, and I'll just do a slip knot here to end that row. So we're now on the final row. You just want to chain 2. You're going to be double crocheting into that first loop as well. So into that first one here I'll do my double crochet. I'll do a double crochet all the way to the end, and it'll be the same process again. So once I get into that loop I'll be doing 2 double crochets, chain 2, and then 2 double crochets again. So here we are. Here we are in that loop, so it'll be 1 and 2, chain 2, and then 1 and 2. I'm going to continue this all the way till this end, and once I get into this loop it will be the same process. I'll do 2 double crochets, chain 2, and then another 2 double crochets. I'll do that all the way to the end, and that's the final row on this square. I'll show you once I get to the end. So here I am now at the end. I'm just going to do a slip knot with the first one there, pull through that, chain 1, using a scissors just cut that, and that's the, so here's what the smallest square would look like. Now I'm going to move to the next one, which is a little bit bigger, which is this one here, and I'll show you how we make that. So now we're gonna move to this square, which is a little bit bigger than the first one, but still using the same hook. So we're still using the 2.5mm hook, but now we're making this square. We're going to start by wrapping the yarn around the finger like the first time, just twice like that. Pull it out, hold my yarn like I always do, insert your hook into that loop, and just chain 2. This time around we're going to do 4 double crochets, 2, 3, and 4. You're going to chain 2, do another 4 double crochets, chain 2, do another 4 double crochets, chain 2, do another 4 double crochets, three and 4, chain 2. I'm then just going to pull this, and just to close up that loop once more, so make sure it's tight, Here you go. Now into the first loop there. So these are the first 2 chains we did. We're not going to do a slip knot in that. Into the third one there, I'll do a slip knot and just pull it through all. Now we want to go ahead and chain 2. We're not going to be double crocheting into that first loop. We're going to move on to the second one. So 2 and 3. Now into this loop, we want to go ahead and do 2 double crochets. 1, 2, chain 2, and do another 2 double crochets. 1 and 2, just like that. And then go ahead, go, and just double crochet all the way to the next loop again, where we'll be doing 2 double crochets, chain 2, and then 2 double crochets. So this loop again, 1, 2, chain 2, and then 1 and 2. So I'm just going to repeat this again all the way to the end. Into each of the loops I'll be doing 2 double crochets and then chaining 2, and that's what's going to help form the square. Here I am again at the end of that, and I'll be doing a slip knot into the first double crochet here. So that first loop, I'll be doing a slip knot through it. You want to go ahead and chain 2. You want to do your first double crochet into that loop where you did your slip knot. So into that first one, I'll be doing a double crochet, and this is going to be exactly the same like the previous row. Once we get into the loops here where we chain 2, we'll be doing 2 double crochets, chain 2, and then another 2 double crochets. So let me show you here what I mean. So once you get into this loop here, you want to do 2 double crochets, chain 2, and then 2 more double crochets. Then go ahead and just do your double crochets on the row, and that will be the same thing at every point. Once you reach the corners here, 2 double crochets, chain 2, and then 2 double crochets, and you repeat that all the way to the end, and I'll get back to you. So here we are now at the end, and once more we're doing a slip knot, just like that, chain 2, and it'll be the same again like the previous row. And here's the final row on this square. So I'm just going to do my double crochets, and at every edge I'll be double crocheting 2 and chaining 2 as well. So here we go. Here we are at the end. You want to do 2 double crochets, chain 2, and then 2 double crochets, and then double crochet on the row. So into that one there, and all the way to the end. So you want to do the same once you get to a loop again, 2 double crochets, chain 2, 2 double crochets, do that all the way to the end, and that is your second square there. So that's the second biggest square. And here I am now at the last row, and I'll just do a slip knot here, and pull through all. Do a chain just to hold everything together, and using a scissors I'll just snip that there. And here is the second biggest one. So if you look at it, there's this and there's that one. For the final square, which is the largest, we're going to be using the 4mm hook. You want to start by wrapping the yarn around your finger just like this twice. Take it out, hold your yarn, chain 2, and you would do 4 double crochets into that loop. So 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then you want to chain 2, and then 1, 2, 3, and 4, chain 2, 1, 2, 3 and 4. Chain 2 and then 1, 2, 3 and 4. Chain 2, and this time around you just want to pull that loop to close up that loop there. Alright, and into the first chain here, so these are the first 2 chains you did. Into the third one there, you want to do a slip knot, just like that. Now you want to chain 2 and just do your double crochets. No, you don't want to double crochet into that first loop there. Actually, you can start on the second one, do your double crochets, and just like the previous square, once you get into this loop, you do 2 double crochets, chain 2, 2 double crochets, and then you go on. And that will be the same at every point once you get to the loop. You want to do 2 double crochets, chain 2, and then 2 double crochets again. Here I am at the end of that row. Like before, I'll just do a slip knot there, chain 2, and then we'll do a double crochet into that first loop there. So into that loop there, you want to do a double crochet. This is exactly the same like the previous row. Whenever you get to the corners, you want to do 2 double crochets into the loop, chain 2, and then 2 more double crochets. So here I am at that loop, so 2 double crochets, chain 2, and 2 more double crochets. And I'm just going to do this all the way to the end, and I'll repeat this process again for the last final row. So it's 4 rows in total. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, and here I am, so 1, 2. I'm on the third one now. I'll do the fourth one and I'll finish the square. Here I am now on that final row, and I'll just do a slip knot to end this, chain 1, using the scissors I'll just cut it through, and there you go, and that's the biggest square.